I've always struggled to answer this one question, and I finally figured out a way to answer it. People ask me, who is art therapy for? People who advise in business always say you have to solve a particular problem or have a certain kind of niche to be able to market yourself. And the answer has always been art is for everyone. Art helps everyone of every age. All around the world, art is used for help, self expression, for wellness, for communication, and for advancement of cultures. It is designed to give us wonder and awe in religious institutions. It is designed to preserve culture and historical context when we think about what's held in a museum. It's designed to highlight communities in murals and graffiti art. There is no place that art is not relevant and important in school. It even helps with language development. And there's so many developmental milestones that are enhanced and facilitated through the experience of art making. And because we're such a visual guided society, we understand this because it's biological. Babies have a preference for looking at faces. We linger on art that includes humans. There's particular kinds of art that is most compelling to us, that kind of gets fame around the world for being moving because it's so universally relatable. And now the science helps us understand why this is and why art really is for everyone. In fact, it is being described as the fifth pillar of health. It is part of your wellness plan to engage in the arts. And you can do this in so many ways that require so little time. It's being a conscious consumer of art and also participating in art. It's making art, working with an art therapist, visiting a museum, investing in your understanding of art. You can certainly go to the library and have a look at some art books. You don't have to spend money on art. There's free art supplies available every week on the Buy Nothing sites. There are things that are really reduced cost at garage sales. And if you go to a craft store or an art store, not the big online stores, you will find there's always coupons for first-time buyers. Are you investing in this capacity for yourself of wellness through the arts? The science shows it not only helps us live longer, it helps us stay well longer. It helps reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. It helps us connect to others and communicate more effectively, something that's really being compromised because we spend so much time online. And research shows the more time we spend in isolation, the more likely we are to make really poor decisions. That's why small groups of people can take terrible actions because they've become insulated. They're not engaging with others. Art encourages us to relate to ourselves and to have empathy. It's one of the primary things identified way back in the 1800s as what art does for us. It gives us the experience of empathy and it allows us to engage with others in a meaningful way. And cultural anthropologists link art to the survival of the human species, and that when we make our days special with art, and could be music, dance, costume, dress, whatever it is that is about making something aesthetically pleasing, it advances societies and allows us to survive. It gives us meaning and purpose. And there's a whole discipline of neuroaesthetics that I'm very interested in sharing with you. And it is all about what happens in the brain when we're looking at art that pleases us. When we see something beautiful or personally meaningful in an aesthetic way, it impacts our brain in a very powerful, strategic thing that happens. And it helps our brain communicate with our brain. That aging depends on this ongoing communication between parts of our brain. And your brain doesn't really work in isolation. It's not like, oh, this half is creative and this half is logical. It's much more understood that the entire brain is involved in many areas, But there are regions that are localized and specialized, and those areas need to communicate with all the other areas. Art helps you do that. If you need any reason for engaging in the arts that is what I've mentioned, I want to invite you to make some art. You can certainly work with me. You can work with another art therapist. You can join an art class, go to the library, check out an art book. Your ability to engage with arts is essential and relevant for our society, in advancing our society and our society thriving. So, in times when things seem pretty dark and are quite depressing in the news, and we are at risk of losing many aspects of what makes life important, art is something that you can do every day. You have control over it, and it can give you a feeling of clarity and purpose and help you have a more creative way of solving problems. And we can all use that right now. We need everyone's help to solve some of these problems. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you same time next week.